Welcome back, everybody. This is a follow-on video from our previous highly successful.
I know.
I am
so shocked.
We were rather shocked.
Very nicely shocked.
Yeah,
though.
highly successful video on our last 6 years and the vans we've had and what we've learned. So today we thought, as a follow-on, was to just show you around the van that we've now got. And just explain what it is and highlight the 5 best and
The 5 least
best, the 5 worst aspects of the van. I think that's what we were going to do. Yeah, and I'm going to throw in a quiz to test Ceri's knowledge of this van, because we've had it since August and she has quite an encyclopedia can't say it, quite a good knowledge.
Do I?
Yeah. Well,
You've never said that before.
I think we'll find out with the quiz, won't we?
Just lying.
Now, just a couple of explanations. We'd love to be sat in a beautiful part of the world talking to you in the van.
Looking at a beach,
Yes.
sun-drenched.
But we're not. Hence the coats, because it's quite cold. We are actually sat in the middle of a storage yard where we store the van for 3 months of the year in deepest, darkest Lancashire. It is a bit grim, but it's the best we could do, and we thought it was important just to show you around the van. So that's what we're going to do. Just to reiterate, for those of you who perhaps haven't seen the previous video, we live in the van for 9 months of the year, and then 3 months it stays in storage, and we stay in our house in Kendal, which for the 9 months that we don't stay in it, we rent out as a holiday let. So we needed a van that would provide us with adequate storage space and adequate living space, which we didn't have with our previous vans, the Adria Twins, which we found a bit cramped, didn't we?
Well, you couldn't really move around.
No,
that
not
much,
at all.
could you?
And it needs to
both
have
of us together at the same time.
Yeah, and it needs to have space for all weathers, not just because you lose obviously the outside space when the weather's rubbish. So we needed enough space inside for us to be able to not kill each other. Yeah. I think we learned that when we were in Lauterbrunnen in the spring of last year, where it rained.
And you had COVID.
It's a constant.
And then he was very kind. He passed it on to me.
So yes, so this for us is the van that provides us with the least compromises for our
Needs.
Yeah, not for perhaps other people, but just to state, it's a Hymer T Series. I think they used to call them Tramp S685. I was going to tell you a bit more about it, but actually what we're going to do now, as I grab my piece of paper, is we're going to test Ceri on her knowledge of this van. So Ceri,
It's like mastermind.
what make is the chassis?
Mercedes.
Correct.
Wow, I got
Yes.
that.
Type of gearbox has it got?
Automatic.
Yes. And do you know the chassis rating?
4.5 tons.
No, so close. 4.25 tons. Actually, it might be 4.2. So it's an uprated chassis. And why is that important?
Because you're going to carry more stuff.
Well, that is one of the reasons. But the other reason to note about it is if you've got a higher than the 3.5 ton chassis, you need a C1
Oh, the
license.
Angles Mort.
We do need the Angles Mort as well. That is another good point.
Yeah.
But you also need a C1 class license.
Oh.
Now, we've got that because we've got grandfather rights, but younger people don't. So it's something to bear in mind. So not so bad on question 1. Question 2. Now, this is a bit of a curveball. What type of tyres has it got?
Michelin.
I don't even know if they are Michelin.
What?
Are
They
Michelin?
are.
Oh, are they? Oh, well done.
I've decided.
But what type are they? They're all-weather tyres.
Oh.
It comes with all-weather tyres, but not like Goodrich or anything like that. Is it Goodrich? Anyway, something like that. No. The chunky ones. I think they're Goodrich.
Oh.
But it is rated for all seasons. But if you are to go to the Alps, for example, in France, these tyres wouldn't be suitable. That's why we've got
You
chains.
need winter tyres.
What's the length, and this is another strange question, of the awning?
Well, it's just a little bit less than the van, I'm going to go for 5 metres.
Not bad, 4.2.
Oh,
Now this one I think you will get. The size of the freshwater and wastewater tanks. Maybe you won't.
10 litres?
10 litres? How long would that last?
No.
The freshwater's 110
Oh,
and the wastewater's 100.
okay.
Claimed fuel economy?
Don't know.
30 miles per gallon.
Oh,
I'm not sure it does that anyway. This one you will get. Length, width and height of the van.
the length is 7.39.
Yes, correct.
The width is 2.24.
It's 2.29.
Oh,
But
and
not
then
far
the
off.
height is 2.98.
9.6, but very, very close. Now, the reason that's important, of course, because we get terrified at times about going under bridges. So we have actually written that on our dashboard, so we know exactly what the height, width.
It's not
and
just
length.
bridges. It's getting into car parking areas. It's every time we're in the van, we panic over size, don't we?
We can do, yeah. Fridge capacity. It's big.
It's a big fridge.
It is big.
I overheard you say 70 litres.
Incorrect.
Oh,
The fridge is 122 litres
Oh.
and the freezer is 15. How many berths? And this is always a contentious issue because we don't really know.
well, I think it's got 4 to 5 because the bed up there, you could fit 1 or 2, and then you've got this one here.
But I
and
don't
then
think
you've got those 2.
I don't think we've got the fitments for this. Sorry,
Oh.
just to explain, we've got we'll show you when we show you around. We've got 2 single beds at the back, which can be a double. We've got an electric bed above our head, which I think could accommodate 2. And I think we've got cushions for another bed down here, but I don't think it would work. I think they maybe gave us the wrong cushions.
We have a big square cushion.
Yeah, so
I don't really know where it goes.
so I think it's a 4 berth.
I think it goes on the table.
Yeah, but we couldn't drop the table down because it hasn't got the facility to drop it
Oh,
down.
yeah.
What extras does it has? And I don't think you can answer this one because I don't really know myself. We bought this. We didn't order this. We bought it. It was on the forecourt because we needed to change vans, and it has got extras, but we're not quite sure what they are we?
No, we can add them in later to the
Yeah,
video,
yeah.
can't we?
What have we retrofitted to the van so far? 2 things. Come on. You do know this. Well, we paid for it. We went somewhere.
Oh, some gas bottles.
Some gas bottles. Yes, we had a gas flow system. Is it gas flow? Yeah, I think it is.
Gas flow.
System fitted to the van, which we'll show you when we go round. Which
2 11.
kilogram cylinders?
Yeah.
But they don't. You can't fill them to capacity. So I think they're about 9. I think it's about 9.
Oh.
So it's about 18 litres of gas, which is pretty good. And we know that that's probably not the future of motorhoming, but at the moment it was the best for us, seeing as we've got a Truma combi, which is gas and electricity and not diesel, unfortunately.
Heater.
And what's the second thing we've retrofitted? It's on the roof. No?
Don't know.
Solar panel?
I thought that was on. I
No,
thought that was standard.
no. There wasn't one when we got it.
Well, who put that on?
We paid for it to be put on by the company.
Oh.
So we've got a 175 watt solar panel on the roof, which feeds 2 leisure batteries inside the van. We haven't gone lithium. We may in the future, but we haven't at the moment. And we supplement that with an EcoFlow. God, I don't know what it's called. It's an EcoFlow something.
Big battery.
Is that the official term?
It's very handy.
It is, and we've got a portable. I think it's 180 watt, but again, don't quote me on that.
What?
Solar panel that goes with it.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And what would you score the van out of 10?
10.
Wow, that was quick. No.
No.
Oh, okay. So there we go. 10 out of 10.
I love it.
I love it too, I must say. It is a beautiful van, and we'll show you around after we've done. No, actually, we'll show you around now. Yeah, shall we?
Yes.
Right. So we'll now move seamlessly into showing you around both the inside and the outside of the van, and then we'll come back to just talk about the best 5 and the best worst things that we think of this van. Okay. Right, so just a quick tour of the outside and inside of the van. As you can see, we're in this beautiful storage area. Chassis is, as I said, Mercedes. Nothing overly special about that. Obviously the Angles Morts signals stickers are because it's over 3.5 ton, and you have to put those on both sides of the vehicle and the rear. We do have mirror shield guards on the wing mirrors because we've had experience in the past of wing mirrors smashing, so we bought those as a bit of an insurance policy. Whether they work or not, who knows. So going down the passenger side of the vehicle, we have a water input, fresh water input. We have the Gaslow filler point, which is here, just so you can see what it is there. And we have the adapters for Europe, the different countries in Europe, inside the van. That's the Gaslow system there. It is a really good system, actually, I must say it is. And we haven't had any problem filling up anywhere, and it's yeah, for us it works really well. That was fitted down on the south coast somewhere. I can't quite remember the name of the company. Might put it on because we thought they were brilliant. I'll attach it to the screen so you can see the name of the company. Toilet cassette there, the trauma outlet, and that is access to the boiler so that we can drain it down for winter. One garage door, this is the smaller of the two, and then to the rear of the vehicle we have obviously reversing camera, and our Angles Mort stickers come off. Coming out to the driver's side, we have the amazing garage. So that's the size of the door. Difficult to probably show you the size of that, but if you open it up and look inside, I'll just turn the light on. There we go, one side, there's lights both sides. As you can see, we store everything in there. We've got 2 bikes, all sorts of paraphernalia. We've also got a solo stove in there and a Cadac, a heater, all sorts of stuff, dog trailer, seats, everything that we need is inside this garage, which is brilliant. And then we come around to, we have an external barbecue point. Sorry, I did not point out whilst we were in the garage. The shower fitment there, and the, if you can see, the double sockets, which we've also got in there. And that shower facility is really useful for washing the dog, particularly for us. That's almost the outside. You can see we've got the door latch issue, external bin or internal bin, if you don't know what you call it really. And then inside the vehicle we've got electric steps, which are here. An alarm goes off if they're out when you turn on the engine. And then through into the van, hopefully you can see all this. This is the cab area. Really lovely to drive, as I say. It's got everything you need. The only thing I would probably criticise, if anything, is the gear stalk, which is, can you see there? Yeah, I sometimes flip it the wrong way without thinking. We do have a dog crate here as well, so that's where the dog stays whilst we're travelling, so she's secure and safe, and we know she's not going to run around because she has a tendency to do so. Front of the vehicle we have a large skylight which opens up for ventilation. Then we have 2 lights either side with USB for the drop-down electric bed, which I'll just show you very quickly in a second. Plenty of sockets all round, cupboards, we've got the kitchen area here, which has got a sink, a 3-burner gas hob, which is there, standard for Hymer, I think. And then we've got below it 3 large drawers, which are perfect. All on self closers, which is rather nice for a camper van, if I can make it do it. Yeah, maybe I can't. There we go. So that should self close. It's not going to. Anyway, it does. And an under cupboard for storage below the sink. Control panel is up near the entrance door, which is all there. We use Velcro to stick like remote controls and stuff because Velcro is brilliant. So you've got the Hymer control panel there and the Truma as well, and you've also got a Truma heater for the gas bottles for winter. This was fitted as standard, I think. Anyway, it was on the van. Another socket at the front. Brilliant large fridge, and it is absolutely cavernous, so we never had a problem with storage of food. It is brilliant, and it's got a large freezer compartment, which is great too. Above that is the problematic oven. Well, actually the oven's fine, it's just in the wrong place. And above that is the extractor fan, which we think is superb. If we just quickly spin round, or I spin you round, I'll just quickly demonstrate the electric bed, which is here. I wonder if I can anyway, I'll try. So it, as you can see, drops down. Here it comes. It's got a ladder to go on there, and then we haven't got the mattress on it, but it drops down to that level, and Hank sleeps too. We store the EcoFlow solar panel up here because it's just easy. So that's the electric bed. I'll just put that back up quickly. So you've got a skylight above that, and lighting, and the other silver lights at the front, which power and have the USB, sorry, not power or anything. And then to the rear of the van we have two single beds, not set up at the moment, but that's what we've got. And there's cupboard space below both, large cupboard space down there with obviously the important Karcher, could double up as a wardrobe, I think. And there's a cupboard space this side as well, which you can see if I turn the light on. Hopefully it'll give you an idea of size. The only thing about this one is the boiler's underneath here, down there, so it does get quite hot. Now those two holes obviously need to be left so that it can vent, so not the most effective cupboard. Underneath the step is the, as we pointed out, it's down there, you probably can't see it, but down to the right there is the, can you see it? Yes you can, is the tank valve. And there is a step here, which if you have the double bed you can use so that it comes out so you can get onto the bed, but we don't set it up as a double at the moment. Apologies for the pegs, that's where we dry our clothes when we're travelling. Another skylight at the back, cupboard space, and then if I just quickly spin round, so this side we have a shower compartment, which is there. And this side we have the toilet. Sorry for the plastic container in there, it's just storage at the moment. And as I say, we haven't got anything in, so it does look bare, but it is pretty spacious, pretty good. Can't really fault it at all. Really good. And the final thing, just to show you, which we really do like, is the way this door, so that's the bathroom door, comes across, closes out there, and then you've got this separate area. So yeah, so all that area, then bathroom, round to the sleeping area is separated from the living area, which we do like a lot. It's really useful. So that's the van. I think I've covered everything. As I say, if you've got any questions, just pop them in the comments and we'll answer them. Okay. So hopefully you found the tour useful, particularly if you're looking at replacing a van or buying a van. And we're more than happy to answer any questions in the comments. So feel free to throw some comments our way, and we'll do our best to answer them. Right. So what we're going to do is just have an overview of what we think are the best 5 things about this van, and then we'll go on to the 5 worst things. Yep. So the first thing we're going to really highlight is the garage. For us, it's
well, for you,
I think for both of us, to be fair.
I think you love it more than I do.
I do love the
You
garage.
love the garage.
Yeah. It makes so much difference for us in this van. When we had the Adria, we had, as we've explained before, the SGX with the electric bed, and we stored all our stuff under the bed, and it became so squashed
Jumbled
in.
up,
Yeah,
didn't it?
it's really difficult, and it's lovely for us to have a separate living area, and all of our stuff is away in the back of the van, kept clean, because we don't hang the bikes on the back of the van, for example. They're stored in the back, and really accessible from outside. So for me, I think it's probably one of the best aspects of the van. I do love it. It is massive. It has tie iron points, so everything in the back is secure.
It's got a little hose hookup.
It's got a shower facility, yeah, and it's got two 40-volt 3-pin plug sockets as well. It just makes so much difference, and we store all our stuff in the back. So and particularly if you're travelling in this 9 months a year, we do need a lot of space. So for us, a real positive about the van. Second point is the quality of the Mercedes chassis.
Yes, it's such a nicer ride.
Yeah.
A lot more stable. Takes all the bumps so much better, doesn't it, on the road?
Yes, it does. Absorbs the bumps, perhaps.
Yeah.
It is just, we had real problems with the Fiat chassis and our dog Isla. She got really, really stressed because it was so noisy and so bouncy.
And with all the potholes nowadays that you get in our country and France,
particularly
Spain,
in
and everywhere. Italy,
The ride on this is so much better, and I find it far more easy to drive. The power from the engine is great. It's 170 brake horsepower, I think. The automatic box is brilliant. I've never thought when I'm going up a hill it can't manage it. It is a great chassis. So I know it's more expensive, but for us it's absolutely worth the money, without a doubt. And third point, as we have said before, the living space. We can both live in here.
We can do things separately or together.
Which at times is quite nice, isn't it?
It is.
In all seriousness, if you're living in a confined space for almost all the year, it can become a little bit difficult at times, particularly when the weather's awful. Yeah, and you're just on top of each other. And what we found with the panel van was only one person could stand up. The other person had to be sat down.
Yeah, and move around.
Yeah. Whereas with this, it's totally different.
Sorry,
go on.
I was going to say, but also the table in this van is so much better because you can flip it up and you get half a table. You can flip it out and you've got a full table.
Yes.
So you've got space for both of you to be on the table at the same time, doing different things.
Oh, look, definitely.
In the last van, you couldn't have done a lot.
No. I think it for us for living space, it's brilliant. Can't fault it. And I think it helps with the fact that you've got a separate toilet and shower. Although to be fair, we don't use a shower a huge amount, but it's good to have that separate.
And it works well.
Yeah, it does. Fourth good point is the one that you brought up, and we didn't even know we had this until we moved in, which is.
I don't know.
Can we read the script?
Yes, I want to.
Number 4.
Oh, the extractor fan. Yes, that is very good. It's located just above the kitchen area, and it will take smells out, but also bring air in, depending which way you want to direct the fan.
Yes, it will.
Left or right?
Left or right?
Well, one
I
way.
see what you mean. Yes. Yes. I'm still getting over extracting the smells, but anyway.
Cooking smells. I was thinking.
It is really, really good. We did have an air conditioning unit on one of our Adrias, didn't we?
Yes.
Which we hardly ever used, and to be
It
fair,
was very noisy.
when you're off grid, you just don't have the power to use it anyway. This thing is just superb. It's just really, really effective, and we think it's great. We didn't even know we had it in the van, so it must be an extra, we think. But anyway, yeah, it's a really good thing.
It was also very good when we put the cooker on and it was a bit hot. For extracting the heat.
Oh, the oven, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, the oven.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And the final thing we think's brilliant about this van is the door which separates the living area from the sleeping area. It's like you've got two rooms. Yeah. So
it is very useful.
Yeah. So particularly at our age, when you want to snooze.
Oh, you do. You like a little snooze in the afternoon.
I can pop in there quite happily and snooze away, and Ceri can get on with whatever she wants to get on with. So it does work really well. They're the 5 best things. I think there are a lot more real positives about this van, but they're the 5 things that we wanted to highlight. And then we also racked our brains about the 5 worst things, and we struggled a little bit with this because, as we both said, we love it. We love the van. But one of the things we did, we do know, is the revolving 2 front chairs.
I think that's the worst thing.
Are really, really disappointing, aren't they?
Yeah, because they don't really turn.
It doesn't feel like they really fit in the space.
No, they don't turn properly round, do they? They just turn at an angle, and then it's just they just hit each other, don't they? And they don't actually turn straight. Does that make sense?
I think it does.
Turn
Yeah.
round.
It's just a bit disappointing because in the other vans we've had, they've been brilliant, and
you've had no trouble with them.
But these just don't seem as though they work so well. So that's something perhaps if you're thinking about buying one of these vans or something similar, you just have a look at those revolving chairs because we found them quite disappointing. Second point that I wanted to highlight is the trauma boiler. On this van, it is a combi gas and electricity, and it's fine. It certainly heats better with gas than it does with electricity. So when you're on a hookup, it isn't as effective, but it does work. The shame about it is I would have much preferred a gas diesel combi.
Yeah,
because
like
diesel
that.
heaters are really efficient. They're brilliant at producing heat, and of course you're not then reliant on gas cylinders and filling them up. You've got a tank and you're always filling that up anyway, so it is a bit of a disappointment. And even with the gas flow system we've got outside, I'm always conscious that we're going to run out of gas, which is not great. Third point is the high oven.
Yeah, it's just where the oven is located above the fridge. I can't actually reach up there. I'm 5'3" and I can't. I have to put something right up. So you have to do it though. You have to look in the oven.
I do.
So I get out of it.
I just don't.
I don't have to do it anymore.
I don't even know why they fit ovens. And to be fair, we don't hardly ever use it.
We don't really use it that much.
It kind of just. But if we do use it, it is a pain in the bum, I must say. So that's item number 3. Item number 4 is what they term an entry point vehicle for Hymer into their coach build vehicles. Another word that means they're cheapest. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going any more higher than this.
And the
No
problem,
way.
but the problem with this van, of course, is because it doesn't have a double skin floor all the way through like the more expensive ones do. And we have noticed that in the front of this van, it is quite cool. Yeah.
It's colder, but you can put a mat in there, or we usually wear Crocs.
Yeah, that makes a difference. But I'm just
And
saying it does feel a bit cooler
Yeah.
in this front bit than the rest of it,
The back
because
bit.
that's got a double floor and this hasn't. But I guess it's not. It hasn't got an Alco chassis either, so I think that's the other reason. But that's quite technical, and we don't need to go into that. But it is. I guess what you pay for what you get, and we weren't prepared to pay another 15-20 grand in this. We'd spent enough on this van. And the final point is the waste tank lever.
The waste tank lever is inside the vehicle, underneath one of the steps. So you just pull off the top of the step. It's what you call coordination.
You need to be bilingual to operate it.
Oh yes, it's in German.
Auf and
Zood,
Yes.
something like that. Zood.
But the biggest thing about it is,
Well, you just knock on. You go outside and say if we're in the right place, and then you knock on the van, and I just turn the little handle.
it is. But I quite liked you could
do
just
it
operate
outside,
I mean,
yeah.
the problem with the Adria was it broke after about 5 uses because it was useless.
Yes.
This one's really robust, and you know it's not
Yeah.
going to break. But we do need to just coordinate between the two of us.
But that's something that we do
But I
seamlessly
think
anyway.
Probably demonstrates that there aren't that many things we don't like about the van.
No. No.
So that we thought that might be an issue to highlight because we couldn't think of anything else, to be fair. So that's our 5 best and worst things about the van. I think hopefully we can pick from it. We love it. It works for us and does exactly what we want it to do. I have to say it is great quality. The only thing we've ever had a problem with, as we said before, is the door latch so far. We have had a Hymer make before when we had the Ariba Caravan, and we noticed
like
that
that
was
one.
really good quality as
I
well,
like
apart
that
from the
too.
really frustrating toilet door. So we knew what we were getting, but we haven't been disappointed, have we, with this
No,
van? We don't get the nasty squeaky sunroof above the.
Oh yes, that did used
with
to
the Adria, just
squeak.
squeaked all the time.
Was it due to the weather?
I'm not sure, but it just was very squeaky. But we don't get any of that with this van. And I think the biggest test for us is fundamentally, would we swap it for anything else?
No.
No, I don't think we would. I think we are very, very happy with what we've got. And it works exactly
And I'm
in the way
actually
we want it to.
missing it, even though we're at home for 3 months. I'm actually pleased to come and see it today.
Okay, well that's good to know. So as I say, that's the video completed. If you've got comments or questions you want to ask, please do so, and we'll do our best to answer them as honestly as we can. If you like what we're doing or trying to do, please subscribe and give us a bit of a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate that. And we'd also like to finally just say thank you for all of those who watched our previous video.
Yes.
We were so thrilled with the amount of people we got, and quite shocked. So thank you for that. And hopefully you continue to enjoy the content.
Here, here.